Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/AskReddit by Planet Reddit. What is the biggest everyday scam that people put up with? Train prices in the UK. Ticketmaster and their resale policies. We arrest fine ticket people who scalp outside of venues, but it's perfectly legal to resell the tickets on Ticketmaster or StubHub because the website gets a kickback, and that's just messed up to me. Also processing convenience fees when no other option to purchase exists. Their website is one of the worst user experiences in existence, and they get paid twice for the same ticket if it's resold. I'm certain some startup will unseat them one of these days. The Toronto Star did some great articles a month ago about how Ticketmaster actively works with scalpers now to resell the same tickets. Cell phone data. They sell it like it's a finite resource. Like they'll run out if they give you too much. But yet if you don't use it all that month, none of it rolls over. In Canada we also pay the same amount of money for 2 GB that other countries get 100 GB or more for. It really is disgusting. I was in China this summer and got essentially unlimited data, 40 GB. Then capped speed, for $15 a month. So sad coming back to get ducked. I heard that one of the gigabyte mines ran dry recently. Looks like a rate hike in the future. They gotta ration those gigabytes. Susan G. Komen Foundation. People love this shit. For some reason. I hate that. You make a donation? Most of that money pays the board of execs. Barely any goes to research. They're about awareness, not research. Not sure how scam this is considered, but internet package prices. It is super easy and cheap to provide basic internet speeds these days with the foundation we've already laid, so when ISPs charge insane amounts for a mediocre package, that's very much abusing their regional monopoly powers. Like Spectrum. We had TWC and had 300 Mbps internet for $69.99 month. Spectrum took over and our speed slowed to 100 Mbps, but they marketed to us as it being a 5.00 savings. Now they say that their lines can't handle any faster speeds. Why can't we live in a world where we don't have to expect that any call from a number not in our contacts is a scam or spam 99% of the time? I'm job hunting aggressively right now. So every call in my area code could be an opportunity. And it's so disheartening to think it's a potential job and it's just some scam. It breaks me a little more every time. Edit. Got a full-time job. Woo. Side note. Have these gotten way worse over the last year for anyone else? October was especially bad. Paying a giant cable bill to watch commercials. Edit. Thank you for the gold. Yup. The original selling point of cable was no ads. How quickly we forget. Yup. That's why I'll never pay again till commercials are removed. Promises to take money up front instead of showing ads. Takes your money. Takes at people's money to duck you. Calls you a thief for retrieving content under the terms of the first deal and not getting ducked. Outrageous title insurance fees every time you buy or refinance a house. $50 FedEx fee please. But the docs were emailed. Built a house this year, and when we were signing the paperwork we had to pay the holler close to $500 to mail us their packet of info. It was just a manila envelope with a stack of papers detailing their rules and whatnot. That really pissed me off. Having to give your email address out to basically any company you buy something from so they can spam your inbox. Yes. I'm aware you can unsubscribe. But it's a pain in the ass. I've got a life to live and it doesn't involve meticulously curating my email inbox on a regular basis. This is why I have a Gmail account that is strictly for junk mail. I know the password for it so I can log in to verify if I need to. But otherwise, I never check it. Okay. I forgot my password to this site I use like once a year at most. Just going to reset it. Go into the mail account it's connected to, and oh, I got 5k emails since last I was here. If you tell the truth I won't get mad. Which usually turns into no. I'm not mad. And then 2 minutes later. I just think it's funny how. Not with my dad. He went straight to the belt when I told him the truth. Learned to lie quick when he said that. Documentation fees when buying a car from a dealer. When I bought my car in August, I hammered out all the details before closing on Tuesday, leaving with a written price and a promise to come back the next day with a check from my credit union. Wednesday morning I come in with everything ready, only to have the person looking at the final paperwork with me quickly gloss over the $150 documentation fee. I stopped them there and said I'd brought a check for $X, not $X plus $150. They insisted it was necessary and non-negotiable. I insisted I'd take my business elsewhere. Have a good morning. They hemmed and hawed about it, but eventually got permission to lower the price of the car $150 so my check would be enough. I tend to let people walk all over me, so I was really proud of myself for standing up this time. That sort of bullshit happened to me when I bought my current car. They had me there for 8 hours or so. So by the time they brought up all the new fees and nonsense, I was tired and said fine. Next time, I'm going a different route, similar to what you did. Never dealing with that again. Duck dealerships. Bolt on fees for bullshit that takes no time at all and generally doesn't have a material cost. Booking fees and the like. I'm looking at you. Convenience fee. Processing fee. Administrative fee. Late payment fee. Early payment fee. Fee. I recently had to pay an extra $2 to get a PDF version of my unofficial college transcript instead of a paper one. Apple. Orange. Lemonade drinks. Contain 0% juice. Orange flavored drink. Jilly juice. The woman gets destroyed on Dr. Phil about her pseudoscience yet she's still making a killing. If Dr. Phil says no, then it must be really bad. Well, it's rotten cabbage sun tea that causes horrific diarrhea. Beautiful waterfalls. She claims it can cure the gay and regrow limbs. It was a spectacle that neither Dr. Phil nor the producers of his show had to engineer much. Paying service fees when paying for something online. Delivery charge on tickets that you are printing at home is another one. Delivery charge for will call tickets. Like WTF. Direct-to-consumer prescription drug marketing. People shouldn't go to the doctor and ask for a drug they saw on a commercial by name. That's just insane to me. Commercials like that are illegal in my country. You can only advertise over-the-counter medicine. Only legal in the US and New Zealand. Apparently Canada also allows it, but with some restrictions. I'm not sure this qualifies, but payday loans. I haven't ever done one, but they are obviously all over and they prey on poor decisions made by poor people. Hundreds if not thousands of % interest just because people can't get out of the trap that they put you into. Predatory lending is just awful. People get into this routine and can't get out because they are drowning in fees. I'm a loan officer at a credit union and we hate these places. We will give debt cons. Loans to these people to pay the insane interest for people who don't even qualify for them to save their credit, so they stop using payday loans, title loans. That we have no ducking control over our own technology. I can't turn off Cortana. I have to edit like 30 things to duck with my core files. Tech is getting less and less friendly to people who actually want to mess with it. At least Linux is a thing. And more stuff is supporting it. Integrated apps that are unnecessary but you can't remove them. Just last night I got around to removing a bunch of Microsoft's stupid bloatware apps from my laptop. I couldn't uninstall them directly. I had to open up PowerShell and pick them out one by one. 50% sale on every ducking shop window. If you've paid for something that isn't at least 30% off when at Kohl's, then you are doing it wrong. At Christmas my in-laws spend half the day recounting how much of a discount they got off each present and the amount of Kohl's cash they either used or received from the purchase. It's like a sport to my spouse's family. Don't discuss your pay with fellow employees. Part of me understands that it's kind of tacky to do so. But I read that it was the company's way of not paying people what they deserve. Edit. Clarification on my definition of tacky. My stepdad brainwashed me into never talking about finances because it reflects poorly on some people because they can't tithe enough at the church. Glad that's behind me. Also, RIP in peace. Inbox. I've never heard a company directly say this. but it is so ingrained in US culture they really don't need to. I've never heard a company directly say this. I think it's explicitly illegal to say this. At least it is in my state. Edit. It's already been clarified below, in many replies, that it's a national law in the US. Also, that time your employer told you not to talk about your pay? Cool story. Talk to a lawyer. Diamonds artificial scarcity. Beauty product commercials. Especially mascara commercials. They're like, wow, look how good this mascara is, and the woman is so clearly wearing false lashes. And anti-aging ads featuring 21-year-old models. Come on now. Black Friday sales. The thing that made me realize how ducked it all is was working in a furniture store. We were selling these small storage ottomans for Black Friday. Regular price $39.99. Sale price $19.99. You know how much we paid for them? A ducking dollar. I'm breaking my NDA by telling you all this, lol. Last year, I was at a store looking at coats in late September/early October. I happened to notice one I liked and bought for $30. Went in early November to look at something else and the same coat was now around $50. Went in on Black Friday and the coat was on sale for $35. Amazon is infamous for doing this for the Amazon Prime Day or whatever. There are apps that track prices and show the manipulation. Textbooks. At least at US universities. Depending on the subject they can cost anywhere from $100 to $400 per book. New editions are released annually to ensure that the content remains up to date. And the price remains high. For an egregious example, I had a graduate level economics course that required a $300 textbook, $150 when rented for the semester, which actually had an international version available online that was the exact same book but instead cost $60 retail. The only thing is that the book was listed as being not for distribution in the US. I spent $150 on a lab manual this semester and it didn't even have any binding. Just the pages. Duck them. Seriously. One of our lab manuals was a PDF file that we had to print ourselves. Still $150. A few weeks ago I was in London, enjoying many of the completely free museums they have to offer. I wondered why such world famous museums would be free when they could easily charge money. I saw a sign that said, "This museum is made free due to lottery funds." And I thought it was really cool how lottery taxation and profits in London go towards making something so amazing free. I don't know how much lottery money in the States really does go to helpful causes. But I hope it's a lot and isn't just a scam. In Georgia it pays for heavily subsidized in-state college tuition. In Georgia, watchdogs have been claiming for years that the numbers on the lottery and education funding don't add up. But thankfully the governor addressed the issue and made it illegal to release information showing where the lottery funds actually go. The new and used car market in the United States. I don't think there is a field more shady and potentially harmful to the consumer. Various forms of MLM. And those naive people on FB defending schemes they work for. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's a multi-level marketing job. Beach. This is pyramid scheme. My niece has recently got involved in one of these. When I met her recently she kept shoehorning it into the conversation about how she's running a business. I hate MLMs with a passion. No, you're not running a business. You're a customer recruiting other customers to which you sometimes get a perk. College textbooks. You change a goddamn picture and release it as a new version and broke college kids have to buy it. It's the goddamn worst. Pearson is worse. Duck Pearson. Paying for parking at a hotel you're staying at already. Razor blade prices. Winston. Do you got any razor blades I could have? Not one. I've been using the same one for 6 months myself. The damned book never ceases to be relevant. Selling water at a few dollars a bottle. Multi-level marketing schemes. Similar schemes bankrupted entire countries before, but they somehow churn along just fine in the form of Amway. Edit. People have been asking for an example. Read a little bit about the Albanian Civil War. Or listen to it in video format. And thanks for the PMs. Me and my fiancé had our unborn child used as a selling point for our friend's insurance finance MLM. Was the very first thing she said to us. Stopped talking to her after that one. When I was pregnant with my youngest, my fiancé and I went to some pan demonstration. They wanted to sell us these miracle pans that you can stack and cook everything on one burner, and it was just complete bullshit. The absolute gem was when they said if you use non-stick pans you are giving yourself cancer. Also, if you use anything except super expensive pans, then they are just made of Chinese metals and full of stuff that will give you cancer. So basically, if you use anything but their pans you are cooking with cancer. Dude was absolutely incredulous when I told him I wasn't interested in buying them because I was a cook and not impressed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for 3 videos a day.